Hello everyone, welcome to my class. So today I have come with part 2 of the story We Are Not Afraid to Die. In part 1 we have done up to here that narrator started the journey for round the world voyage in 1976 in the month of July, and before entering the southern Indian Ocean, two more persons joined him. Those two persons were American Larry Vigil and Swiss Herb Segler. Okay, they reached Cape Town during the course of the journey, and on the second day out of Cape Town, they started facing very strong wind. You can say storm, rather strong storm they started facing. For the next few weeks, the storm was becoming stronger with every day. But narrator was quite capable, was a skilled person. He was not worried about the storm, but what worried him was the size of the waves. The waves were very tall, very high, and gigantic in size. Because of that, narrator was worried. The waves, you can say, were as tall as 15 meters. Okay, the height of the waves were 15 meters. So that was a reason of matter of concern for the narrator, because their mast of the ship was 15 meters and the waves were the same as the size of the mast. They had reached, it was the month of December. On 25th of December, they were 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town, and the weather was very rough. Still, they celebrated Christmas with a Christmas tree, and from 25th December till 1st of January, there wasn't any improvement in the weather. The weather remained the same. Narrator was expecting that the weather will change. The weather indeed changed on 2nd of January, but the change was for the worst thing to happen. So what happened on 2nd of January? The waves were gigantic in size, huge in size. They were sailing using a small sail, a triangular sail, okay, they were using, and the speed at which they were moving was 8 knots. Okay, as the ship was rising to the top of each wave, narrator could see the enormous sea rolling in front of his eyes. And then as the waves were breaking, the enormous sound he could hear, that was quite frightening. As the waves were breaking, it was spreading the spray all over. And to slow down the boat, what narrator did was he dropped the storm jib, and then he lashed everything with a very strong, you can say, with a very strong rope, okay, across the back of the ship. Everything was tied up very tightly. The boat was fastened with a fixed object. Using a very strong rope, the boat was fastened at the back of the ship, back portion of the ship. Then they fastened everything, double fastened they give, and then they wore their life-saving kit. They opened, they used it. They were wearing oilskins jackets, they were wearing lifelines, and they were waiting for the worst thing to happen. Everybody on the ship, they understood that because of the atrocious weather, something very dangerous was going to happen if the wave breaks on the ship, and they were ready to face it. So they were ready with all their equipments. Okay. The first indication that something disastrous is going to happen came at around 6 p.m. in the evening. Till 6 p.m., the sea was rolling with a loud noise. All of a sudden, there was complete silence in the surrounding area, just as it was an indication that something very, very dangerous is going to happen. So all the sound stopped and there was complete silence, and narrator along with the others, they were waiting for that disaster to take place. So what happened? There was a wave. At first, narrator thought that it must be a cloud, a black cloud. But then with horror he realized that it was not a cloud, but it was a huge wave. And it was making thunderous sound, the wave was making. And then the wave broke down on the deck of the ship. It lashed down on the deck of the ship. The moment when the wave was at its height, and then as it broke down on the deck of the ship, at first they could not see anything, only there was water everywhere. Alright? Narrator was thrown away. He was the person who was controlling the ship. He was thrown away from the wheels. He landed in the sea only. He was very severely injured. His ribs cracked. He had broken teeth. And he could see from a distance that wave walker, the ship was almost at the verge of sinking. The ship was about to capsize. But then, because he had put the lifeline across his waist, another wave came from the other side of the ship and tilted and put the ship on the right position, and narrator was through the air, he came flying and landed on the ship once again. This time he could understand that there were broken teeth inside his mouth. His ribs were badly injured, but there was no time for him to see what sort of injuries he had received. It was more important for him to save his children and his wife and to see that the ship remains in perfect condition. Everywhere there was water filled in the ship, and his wife came out and she told him that they were sinking. Okay? The decks were smashed and the ship was full of water. Narrator asked his wife to come and control the ship, take the wheels. He asked his wife to come and take the wheels, and he somehow went for the hatch. The other two crewmen, Herb Segler and Larry Vigil, they were pumping out the water from the ship like madmen. There were broken timbers, pieces of logs that could be found everywhere floating in the ship. The toys of the children were also floating over there, and everywhere everything was floating in water. So it was a very messy condition, and narrator was completely thoughtless. He could not understand what to do, how to control this situation. He somehow reached the children's cabin to see how his son and his daughter was, and he asked them if they were fine or not. They said they were fine, but the daughter, Sue, she had received a very severe injury above her eyes, and there was a swelling above her eyes. But narrator at that time thought that it is more important to try to save their lives rather than to worry about the bump, about the swelling that she had received above her eyes. So he simply wanted to know, see whether they were fine or not, and then he went ahead to do something positively to save the ship from sinking. Alright children, this much only in this video.